Hey guys, Guy Jarone here with Storage Marketing Machine. And have you seen what AI can do with voice? It is mind blowing. Right now, you can, with very little experience or very little tech, you could set up an AI agent that will answer the phones for you and take your customers' information, email it to you, or if you have the right tools, put it directly into your self storage management software. In this video, we're going to go over some of those highlights and some suggestions on how to use it. All right, in this video, we're going to go over Vapi is voice AI. I like to call it a connector, right? So what Vapi is, what any voice AI storage or AI provider, they take the LLM, which is the large language model, which is essentially AI, and they hook it with several different voice elements to create a voice AI. And then what you could do as a storage provider with the right connections, you can connect that to your storage facility software, and it can pull real-time data, meaning pricing, promotions, availability. Depending on the prompt, it can answer several different frequently asked questions. What I like to do is if one thing about voice AI is if you're very specific with your directions and its functionality, it works very well. When you try to get it to be an all-in-one, that's where you have problems. So that's where, as of right now, they're getting better. But as of right now, if you're going to institute voice AI into your self-storage facility, you're going to have a rental agent, a payment agent, a frequently asked question agent, a move-in agent. You want to have different ones. And you can structure that with an IVR where people are directed to different places. You can have an AI receptionist that will direct people to different agents based on their needs. So I'm going to go through a quick setup here. This is one of 3 that I recommend using that we've tested out that are very cost effective. Once you get in, you set up your account and go be in dashboard. You see, we got a couple different ones here. Just go to voice library platform. Voice library, I use a company called 11 Labs. We're testing. They have the most realistic voices. The default voices that you see in Vapi are not as good as 11 Labs. You'll see the way that it works is all these different options add layers of cost. You've got assistants, phone numbers you can port in here from places like Twilio. Files are how you train the voice application. Something called a knowledge base. You can add your website as the knowledge base. You can add volumes and volumes of text and data knowledge base. What I like to do for our purposes in the self-storage industry is I want to put all the information that I want it to know in the prompt, and I want the most important information at the beginning of the prompt and reiterated at the end of the prompt, because that seems to be the most effective. And there's certain ways. I'm going to show you an old prompt that we have. We have several iterations. There's different things that you can put in the prompt in order to really emphasize some specifics that you want the voice to do. Tools, this is how you connect to your data. You can connect it to a database. You can put specific directions in the prompt to go look at a database. That database can have all your current availability. If you have the stored tool we have built, you can connect with storage, you can connect with SiteLink, and we've got a bunch of different connections coming. We built that specifically so that you can connect your data to different modalities, just like this. Blocks and squads, I'm not going to go over. That's just, those are for bigger operations. I'm thinking of the single storage owner up to multi-storage owner, call centers, things like that, rollover calls, rental calls, those types of applications. What you'll do is you're going to go to assistants. And if you're going to create an assistant, here's some of the ones that we've had in our section here, but you're going to create a new assistant, name it, test storage, and you can go. They have several different ones in here: appointment setter, customer support, game NPC, inbound, outbound questions. If you're going to do a frequently asked question one, you can do that. Customer support, just like that. These are pre-trained AIs you give knowledge to. Out of the box, they can do some things. Appointment setter, you can use your facility that does appointments or reservations or meet people there. You can set that up if you've got an outside calendar, like Outlook calendar or Google calendar or something like that. You can look into there. We're just going to go with blank so that I can go through the entire process. All right, so we got our test stores down here, and this is what I like a lot because as you add different things, it's going to tell you what your cost per month is going to be. So your base cost per minute to Vapi is going to be 8 cents plus your monthly fees. And you can see it right up here, fixed cost entitled. We're going to use, and then when you go down, you have the model, and the provider of the model is OpenAI. So you're going to have your OpenAI API suggested. I like 4.0, 4.0 Turbo. 3.5 is okay, and it's less expensive, but 4 GPT 4 Turbo really does a better job. 4.0 real-time cluster, you can see here, real-time is voice to voice. So the way this works is the voice will come in, the transcription will take place real time, and then it will transcribe the response, and the voice will say that response. How this works with the new real-time AI from ChatGPT and the other ones are coming, it's actually voice to voice. So the latency, which is the time between responses, is lower. If you go to real-time cluster here, you'll see the latency went down to 400 milliseconds. If you go to Chat GPT 3.5, 600 milliseconds, but it's not. I think GPT 4.0 at 800 seconds is going to be, just works better. But you got 9 cents here. And then if you go to real time, which is voice to voice, you're up to 35 cents. So the latency goes down, and you can see here, usage is also limited as well if you go real time. So as real time comes down, we'll probably implement that. But what I suggest right now is 4.0 cluster. And then you're going to choose a transcriber. We use DeepGram, and you can add all these in the back end. You just go to your profile manager and add the different APIs. You go to DeepGram, sign up, get your API, plug in here. Nova 2 model's fine. Your voice, like I said, you can use Cartesia, or you can use 11 Labs. I like 11 Labs. They got several different voices, different genders, different ethnicity, different accents, all kinds of stuff. And you can test it from there. 11 Labs is, I think, $5 a month plus usage. But you can see as the usage goes up that the different types of voice and transcription add, your per minute cost goes up. Functions, I'll get into that in a later video. If you don't have experience with just a little bit of code or make.com, I'll go into a deeper tutorial for that later, depending on what people request. But right now we use functions to call for availability, functions to call for move outs. Where somebody says they moved out, we use a function to take that information, name and unit number, and send it to the manager. All kinds of different things you can do with functions. This is where you create your AI employee. And then advanced, you don't really need it. There's certain settings that you can play with when you wait, how the assistant waits before speaking, punctuation, no punctuation, stop speaking, number of words, voice, customers. This is the second the customer has to speak before the assistant stops. How long do you want the customer's on the phone talking to the AI, and the AI is talking? You want to make sure that they stop when they hear it. And you got silence if the AI doesn't hear it, just so many seconds. Up, then messaging, transcripts, hang up. I've got function call set up. We've got the ability for the AI caller to hang up the phone after they say goodbye. And yeah, so that's pretty much that. And then I like Vapi because they do give analysis section where they will transcribe all the calls, and you can actually access the analysis section. So you can actually better train your AI voice. So you'll listen to the AI voice, and it's going to give output, and you want to analyze that output. And you'll do this if you need help with this, just let us know. But we can set it up, and over a month period, we'll listen to the calls, make adjustments to the prompt, listen to the calls, make adjustments to the prompt. And it's the same thing as if you were training a manager, right? So a manager comes in, you train them on your script, you're going to listen to their calls, and you're going to see whether they're actually saying everything you want them to say. You should have a script. You want the same thing with the AI. You want to train your voice to use the script you want, talk about positives of your facility, things that you don't want them to say, things you want them to say, all that good stuff. So what we're going to do, back to model, first thing you're going to put in is what you want it to say. So you give your AI a name. So the way I used to train my staff is, it's great day at your town self-storage. Sarah can help And then you got your bulk system prompt here, which is pretty much all the actions you want to take. Got a pre one up here. Tested. This is not the one we use right now, but it's good enough for testing. Telling the AI what it is. Friendly and witty AI voice assistant for this particular self-storage facility. When asked about availability, you're going to give these responses, greet information, and you gather that information. You can use that for functions later. We'll pull out the way the Vapi has designed their LLM. If you tell it to look for information, it will look for that information and then pull it out, put it in a function you can send over to a piece of software like your facility management software. And then you've got, make sure the one thing that you put in, you got to make sure it's not, sometimes we use 5x5. You got to train the AI to use 5. Because if it says X, the AI will say X. So these are just some different things that we use in our sales process to describe the unit size and square footage. You got pricing here, overcoming objections. You tell it how to overcome the objections. So this is like designing your sales team, and then they actually use what you tell them to use. If you've been in the storage industry for long enough, sometimes you have managers where they're half full and know everything and don't want to learn anything else. But customer agrees, you want to make sure you get this information. Of course, for a rental, this would be increased. You want to get a little bit more information than that. We'll contain this in a function call, send it off to your facility management software. Once you have all that information, you want to make sure that you give them this. And then down on the bottom, this is where you tell it what you definitely don't want to do. Like I said, don't use X when describing dimensions. Use by 10 by 10, 10 by 20. Be sure to be witty. Keep all your responses short and simple. Your casual language, like awesome. This is a voice conversation, so keep your responses short. Like a real conversation, don't ramble. So this is an oversimplified script, but it will get the job done for the purposes of getting you into building your voice AI and seeing some of the possibilities, right? Like some of the possibilities, you could design one just to call your competition, ask them what their availability is, what their specials are, and they could do it for you. Things that you ask some of your managers to do or some of your employees to do, and sometimes it gets done and sometimes it doesn't. So now you're just going to hit publish. And if you've downloaded a phone number, you actually attach the phone number to the assistant. It's got a bunch of phone numbers that I don't want you to see. And then you can actually talk to the assistant right now. So that's what we're going to do here. So you're just going to click with assistant.
It's a great day at your town self-storage. My name is Sarah. How can I help you today?
Hi, Sarah. I was looking for a storage.
Hey there. Sure thing. What's your name, by the way? And what are you planning to store with us today?
Yeah, I'm looking to store a motorcycle, and my name's Guy.
Nice to meet you, Guy. Storing a motorcycle, huh? Sweet ride. Have you ever used storage before, or is this your first time?
I've used it before.
Cool, cool. How long are you thinking of storing your motorcycle for?
Probably about a year.
Nice. So for a motorcycle and for that duration, I'd recommend our 10 by 10 unit. It's spacious enough to keep your bike comfy. It's just $35 a month. Sound good?
Do you have any specials?
Our prices are already a steal, but let me check. Pauses. Yeah, unfortunately no specials at the moment, but trust me, $35 a month for a 10 by 10 is pretty awesome. Ready to lock it in?
Yeah, what would I need to do if I wanted to rent today?
Awesome. We just need a few details to get you set up. Can you spell your first and last name for me? Then we'll need your address, phone number, and email. Ready?
I think I got to talk to my wife.
No worries, Guy. Take your time. Let's start with your first and last name. Just spell it out for me when you're ready.
So there's a good example. Like I said, this is a pretty bare bones prompt. So and you could hear in there that it said pauses. This is like a good start. So the way you design AI voice, you're going to build a prompt, test it. If you get a response you don't like, you add to the prompt. If you get an interaction like, you add it to the prompt. So this is a process. So you'll start with, say, like 70% of what you want. And then as you test it, as you listen to it, you adjust your prompt and add, subtract, put things in there that you want it to say, put things in there that you want it to say better. And then it's really like training a brand new manager to your phone. So you're going to go through several iterations, you go through testing, but you just don't have to reward it with a day off. However, this will answer the same. Like it'll answer, it doesn't get sick, doesn't get tired. It's going to answer relatively the same way every time. And the more functions that you add, the connections to your facility management software, whatever you're trying to do with it, it's pretty versatile. So this is just a quick overview on how to use Vapi to create your self-storage AI voice agent. And like I said, I suggest different agents for different functions. I don't want to use one agent for everything, and you can create your self-storage agent army. And all of these, one of these functions that you can put in there is talk to a human or escalate me to a manager. You can program the AI that when that is said, it will automatically the call over to an actual human that's sitting at the desk. So just wanted to give you this is the back end cost. If you have somebody build this for you, you're not going to pay that, but it gives you an idea of what the base cost is. But there are other costs involved as far as monitoring and testing. What we do is we have different AIs who are programmed to beat our main AIs up, right? So give them different types of customers. If you've been in storage, there's several different types of customers you're involved. So we built AIs that will train our AIs on how to handle those customer interactions. We document the different prompts in order to make it work better, move forward. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. If you have any questions, if you want to try to tackle this yourself, or you want a hand with developing something like this and linking it into your facility management software. My name's Guy Javro from Agentive Storage, and we're here for you. Just leave us a comment, click and subscribe, and contact me on the website if you need a hand.
Hey, thanks for watching. I am grateful anytime you give me your time. And if you need any help setting up the systems that we talked about in this video, hit me up, links in the description, and we'll see you on the next video.